This is a very meaningful certificate award to me. It just simply says acknowledging your contribution, continuing effort, and helping our community. You have a wonderful community. The Yazidi community is a story of great faith, courage, and perseverance in the midst of tremendous odds, in the midst of persecution, in the midst of uncertainty. And it's been my honor, my privilege to having gotten to know you for many years. And as Nia kindly mentioned, our work together to not only bring attention to what was happening to the Yazidi and Christian and certain Muslim minority communities in Iraq due to the twisted, dark ideology of ISIS, led to some successes in elevating international consciousness as to what was going wrong, but also direct assistance and aid. But I recognize for many people, for many of you, your families who you're connected to, perhaps are still suffering. I had a very important meeting with the Iraqi Prime Minister just last week, and the majority of our time was discussing the conditions in Sinjar. I think you should be encouraged by that conversation and relay that back home. The Sinjar plan as well to integrate Yazidi persons into Iraqi security forces is paralleling to what we tried to do in Congress, have been continuing to try to do in Congress, and encouraging the Iraqi army so that what ISIS did to you can never happen again. And perhaps there one day will be a new emerging Iraq which is respectful of religious differences and tolerant and celebrates diversity and pluralism like we do in our own country. A moment ago I just told the television, I said the Iraqi community here I'm so proud of because one, you celebrate and preserve your culture. Two is you invite Lincoln to celebrate your culture with you. And three, you wave the American flag as good citizens. Thank you so much for contributing so much to our community. Let's keep working together.
So today marks the 7th year of the Yazidi genocide. We're gathered here today to remember those who have lost their lives. In their memory, we're doing 8.3 miles for August 3rd. Amongst our guests were many friends and family from the community here in Lincoln, Americans and Yazidis. And one of the guests was the Congressman Jeff Fortenberry, who we give a certification of recognition for all the helps he's done for the Yazidi. We are planning to do this event every year. It's a way to get the community together and get the younger kids involved. And we're hoping to do this every year so that genocide doesn't get forgotten.
Today we're here, we walked for 8.3 miles in remembrance of August 3rd, 2014. 7 years ago, ISIS invaded Iraq, invaded most parts of Iraq, and especially targeted Yazidi community in Sinjar and invaded Sinjar region, where most Yazidi communities, they live there. A lot of people, most of Yazidi who lives in Sinjar abandoned their houses in 100 degrees temperature, no water, no food, run away. Some of them, they fled to mountains. Some of them, they cross countries and towns. They don't know even if there was a finish line. We just run away. We have no destination. We don't know where we ended up. We don't even know what is waiting for us there when we get there. I was one of the people there in August 3rd, 2014. Me and my family, some of us, we escaped to Syria, just cross borders. And some of us, we went to the mountain to hide in there. So today we gathered up here to remember those people who lost their lives, who suffered to death, and also we're here to to remind the Iraqi and Kurdish government because they were the reason, they were the cause for our pain. They were protecting us. They left us with no support, with no protection in the middle of night. So that's why we put like 100% of the blame on them, not just partially. Some of us, we stayed in mountains for 3-4 months until they found a safe path to run to different countries. Some of us, we made it straight to Syria, some to Turkey, some to Kurdistan. I was one of them. I lived in refugee camp for a year and a half, and then I traveled. I tried to find a better life, so I ended up here in Lincoln. Some of them, like my sister, she walked to Germany with 4 kids, like over 13 countries until she made it to Germany. And that was the example of thousands of Yazidis who crossed borders to different countries.